The Baby Cinderella and the Magic Garden. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between the hills, there lived a little baby girl named Ella. Ella was not like other babies in the village. She was born into a humble family, but her life changed forever when she lost her parents at a young age. Left with her stepmother and stepsisters, Ella had to grow up fast and was treated poorly by her stepfamily. Every day, Ella was given all the chores: sweeping, washing, and taking care of the animals while her stepmother and stepsisters rested and played. They would always call her Dirty Ella or the poor little girl, never treating her kindly. But Ella was always gentle and sweet, with a smile that could light up the darkest room. One sunny morning, as Ella was playing in the yard, she noticed something unusual. A beautiful, shimmering butterfly landed on a flower. The butterfly spoke softly, "Ella, you are kind and pure. One day, you will find happiness, but you must believe in your heart's wishes." Ella, still a baby, giggled at the butterfly's words, not fully understanding, but feeling a warmth in her heart. She loved nature and the world around her, always finding comfort in the magic of the trees, flowers, and creatures. As Ella grew, she spent most of her time in the magic garden at the back of the house, a garden hidden behind a thick vine-covered gate. Only she knew of its existence, and every time she was sad, she would visit the secret garden. The garden was magical, filled with flowers that changed colors and trees that whispered secrets. One day, as she wandered through, she found a small blue bird perched on a branch. The bird chirped a gentle song. "Ella, your kindness will be rewarded, but you must learn to trust the magic that surrounds you. Believe in what you cannot see." Ella smiled, feeling a sense of calm wash over her. But little did she know, her life was about to change forever. The royal invitation. One morning, a royal messenger arrived at the village with exciting news. The prince was holding a grand royal ball at the palace. He invited all the girls in the kingdom, including those from the village. However, Ella's stepmother made sure that Ella's name was not on the list, and she forbade her to go, ordering her to stay home and clean. Heartbroken, Ella wandered into the garden, and as she sat under the ancient willow tree, something magical happened. The wind swirled around her, and before she knew it, a fairy godmother appeared. The fairy godmother smiled kindly and said, "Ella, you have been kind even when others were not. I will grant you a wish, but remember, true happiness comes from within." With a wave of her wand, the fairy godmother turned the pumpkin from the garden into a sparkling carriage, and the mice from the barn into tiny, dapper horses. Ella's rags were transformed into a beautiful, flowing dress made of silver and gold, and a tiny pair of glass slippers appeared on her feet. But the fairy godmother warned, "You must return before the clock strikes midnight. The magic will fade, and your beautiful dress will turn back into rags." Ella nodded and thanked the fairy godmother. With a heart full of hope, she climbed into the carriage and set off for the royal ball. When Ella arrived at the palace, everyone turned to look at her. The prince was instantly enchanted by her beauty and kindness. He couldn't take his eyes off her as they danced the night away under the stars. Ella felt like she was living in a dream, and for the first time, she was treated with the respect she deserved. But as midnight approached, Ella heard the toll of the clock. Panicked, she ran out of the ballroom, leaving behind one of her glass slippers in her haste. The prince, determined to find the mysterious girl, vowed to search the kingdom. The prince searched high and low, visiting every home in the kingdom, trying the glass slipper on every girl. When he reached Ella's house, her stepsisters laughed, thinking that the slipper would never fit. But Ella, knowing that magic was always around her, calmly stepped forward. When the prince tried the glass slipper on Ella's foot, it fit perfectly. He smiled and said, "You are the one I have been searching for." Ella's stepmother and stepsisters were shocked, but Ella only smiled softly, knowing that kindness and patience had brought her this far. The prince and Ella were married in a grand ceremony, and they lived happily ever after in the palace, where Ella's kindness and wisdom shone brightly. And so, the little baby girl who had once been called Dirty Ella became a queen, loved by all. Her kindness and belief in the magic of the world helped her find the true happiness that she had always dreamed of.